Speaking of nice tit.
Next up, at UFC Vegas 79, we have a battle of the heavyweight titans. We have Mohammed Usman taking on Jake Collier. Mohammed Usman 9-2 overall, 1-4-1 in his last 5, coming off that very, very sloppy win over Junior Taffa. Taking on Jake Collier, 13-9 overall, 1-4 in his last 5, coming off that decision loss to Martin Bidet. Jake Collier, we mention this every single time. This dude is a middleweight. Then Jack in the Boxed it up, moved his way up to light heavyweight, then just absolutely hammered that CC's $5 all-you-can-eat buffet, and now he's a heavyweight. And I don't mean the fat.
Is that good, the CC's? I'll be honest, the commercials make it look good. Have you had the CC's?
I had CC's once in my life, and
there's not any around here, is there?
I have no. There must be, because Tiffany's the one who's like, we gotta go to CC's. I mean, it's what you expect.
That's the octave of her voice now too.
Yeah.
We gotta go to CC's.
When talking about CC, it's what you imagine a $5 buffet being.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, did you have any? And this was my favorite. Anytime I went to visit my grandparents, they always took us here, and it was the best thing in the fucking world. Old Country Buffet. Old Country Buffet.
Yeah. I liked Cold Country. We had a Ponderosa.
Oh my God, dude. Every time I would go, I would get a chicken leg, and I would get some Jell-O, and I would get a cinnamon roll. And their cinnamon rolls were the fucking shit. Fried chicken was good too, man.
Dude, we would go to Ponderosa, which was the buffet, and I was 12 until I was like 17. He's 12. And I've been tall my whole life, so it wasn't like, I looked small. Like, no, he's 12.
Yeah, when I went to eat with my parents when I was in high school, I got kids' menus. So,
yeah, there you go.
Literally, here you go. Here's your crayons. I'd be like, I'm fucking 17 years old. What are we doing here?
Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. What's your number? Yeah, that's exactly how that. I'm so sorry. Can I sign your cast? Because you're just weak and feeble. Anyway, back to this. Should I just start this over?
No, just keep it
Jake
rolling.
Collier has worked his way up to heavyweight, but surprisingly, he's actually a pretty well-framed guy for the weight class. He's got a solid chin. He's got good cardio. He has decent volume. Like, you're making that face, dude. He's got better cardio than Usman does. Of course he does. Anyway,
I think so.
He's a busy striker. He's going to come forward. He's going to kind of stay in your face. He doesn't really wrestle that often, but he does have a few takedowns in his back pocket. He fought Andrei Arlovski. A lot of people think he beat Andre in that fight. It was kind of a close decision that a lot of people think should have gone his way. He had 2 takedowns in that fight, and he's coming off that decision loss to Martin Bidet, where the reality was the difference was just Martin's activity. He's taking on Mohammed Usman. This is Kamaru Usman's younger brother? Yeah, younger brother, but much larger brother. He didn't have the wrestling background that Kamaru did, but he was a big-time college football standout. Transitioned to MMA a little bit later in life. He's a big guy. He's obviously training at a decent high level, getting the looks in, getting that experience in. He's surrounded by very, very good people. He is evolving, but the reality is he's going to come forward and he's going to look to wrestle, but he's not a wrestler. He's not a wrestler, but that's what he's going to do. He's going to come forward, try to get you to the ground, throw big punches. He is very, very, very tough. He knocked out Zach Pauga, but outside of that, he's not really this like one-hitter, quitter, knockout kind of guy. He's going to come forward. It's a little sloppy. He's going to be big, physical. He's an athlete, obviously, to play football at that level. Fast, powerful guy, but he is turning into a wrestler. What's funny? All right.
Talking about Angela, let me tell you, your English, not good at all. Actually, it's really bad. Have you ever thought about making your videos in your first language and just adding subtitles?
Shit. That guy sucks. This is a weird card, all in all, right? This entire card is loaded with people that are not very good. A lot of older fighters, a lot of layoff fighters, a lot of... UFC has a legal obligation to offer every single fighter on their roster 3 fights. And this is one of those cards where they're like, we have to throw these offers out there and get these people booked before the end of the year.
Damn, he's got a tough tattoo.
Yeah. Jesus. And it's like, looks like a lefty did it. But the that's what makes these cards hard, because what ends up happening is you have decent sized favorites like Mohammed Usman minus 155. That's not a massive line. That's not the Mizuki line we just broke down. But minus 155 is... I see you just spamming the chat with instantly as soon as I say it, just trying to rile these people up. My daughter's a lefty.
Angelo hates left-handed people. Yeah, sorry, guys.
Instantly threw that out there.
Get them, guys.
Anyway, my point being, you get weird cards like this with a lot of people that really, are they even at this level? Should these people really be in the greatest fighting organization on the planet? And
Jesus
the odds,
Christ.
the greatest fighting organization on the planet at this level, this should only be the best of the best. And Mohammed Usman, he's a little untested, 9-2. He should be on the regional scene, getting a little better, honing in those skills. He did beat Junior Taffa. He went 2 for 12 on takedown attempts. 2 for 12. So I think Usman's going to win because he's far more athletic. He's probably going to be faster, definitely going to be more powerful. But this could be a Jake Collier pot shot his way around. Minus 155 seems wide. Pot shot. That's what it's called.
Pot? It's
pot shot.
It's pop.
No, it's pot shot.
No,
P-O-T-S-H-O-T. No, it's not.
It's pop shot.
No, it isn't. That's the basketball game at the arcade.
No, it's pop shot.
No, it is not. It is P-O-T-S-H-O-T. Pot shot.
Pop.
Sure isn't. Anyway, point being, I'm going to pick Usman literally because of the physicality. He is fast. He's athletic. He's the kind of guy that if he started a little earlier, he absolutely could be a very, very good fighter. But he started a little later. He's trying to put these things together. He's starting to turn into a wrestler for whatever reason, and it's just not there. Jake Collier's got the experience. Jake Collier's got the volume. I do think he has the cardio. I'm still picking Usman, but this is a no bet for me other than the round line. A 1.5 round line on this fight was a gift. This was a gift of a round line. I hammered the over. Dude, neither one of these guys are dangerous. You're going to see Usman knock Pauga. That still went over 1.5 rounds. And Pauga's a light heavyweight. What do you think?
Yeah, this is going to be, in my mind, it's just an all-around, just no-bet situation. Obviously, for the live stream, we're going to find something. It's probably going to be on the Usman side because he is the true heavyweight, right? I mean, that guy couldn't. Jake Collier, we've seen him at 185. We've seen him at a lower weight. Usman, I don't know if he could get below 230 if his life depended on it. So he's going to be the bigger guy, the more physical guy. He's shown that he knows how to use that physicality inside the cage. Even if the striking isn't going well, he'll just shove you against the fence. He'll hold you there. He'll lay on you. And I don't think Jake Collier is going to honestly be able to get out of those situations if they arise. So if Jake Collier comes in, and he's shown lately that he really doesn't give a fuck, and he comes in aggressive, he gets in your face, and it's kind of like, let's just see what will happen. If he does that and kind of overwhelms Usman, there is a situation where there could be like a weird TKO or something like that. So I don't fully trust Usman. He's going to be my pick, but that's just based on like literally for physical attributes, because both these guys are not the best fighters in the world. I agree. Usman's not he's sloppy. Jake Collier's a little bit more experienced, but also sloppy. And I disagree with the cardio. Jake Collier lately is a guy that's been going all in the first round, and he cannot catch up in the second and third rounds, which is good for Usman, because if this was one of the situations where I knew that Jake Collier was like a crafty vet that could weather the storm and one of those guys that can go, that I've seen him constantly go, I'd be all over it, but Jake also kind of blows his load in the first round, and then Usman could just kind of lay on him for the next 2 rounds, honestly. So I'm going to Usman here, but I don't completely trust him.
Well, frankly, the Jake Collier that fought Andrei Arlovski, and that was a few years ago, would beat Mohammed Usman in this fight. Absolutely. He looked good in that fight. A lot of people think he won that fight. So, I mean, you and I basically have the exact same breakdown and pick. We both picked Usman because he is just a big, powerful athlete.
I said I'd pick Usman, but I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. And I can lift up 350 pounds easy, Angelo.
Wow.
So keep that in mind. You're right so at that
strong.
limit.
I'm right there. You're so strong. 350 pounds. Wow.
Over. Shoulder press.
And it's going to be a weird fight because a lot of people are hammering Mohammed Usman's money line. And I say hammering, it's not really moving. But a lot of people, I mean, he went from a plus 165 dog to a minus 155 favorite. But Okay. I guess we'll just wait for this to happen.
Yeah.
Wow, great job. Great job. Well, now, look, you have these people convinced you can bench 350.
Midwest chopping, baby.
Okay. Why does it say chopping and not chop up?
That's the most old man question I've ever heard in my life. Why does it say chopping? That ain't how you spell chopping.
No, the shirt says chopping. Oh, fine, it says chop in, but I thought he's the Midwest chopper. So why wouldn't it say Midwest chopper?
Yeah, he's the chopper, and he's chopping, baby. That's what the choppers do.
Yeah. Anyway,
that ain't how you spell it. There's a G at the end of that. You know, you're like the old man that tries to be funny. You know, your shirt's misspelled.
Like that guy that you lived across the street from you, you'd hang out in his basement watching Titanic or whatever else?
He wasn't old, and he was gentle. The Titanic thing was completely different. Those were an old couple, and they invited all the neighborhood kids to go down to their basement to watch the Titanic. But they weren't down there. It's not like they were down there with us. They just came to switch out the VHS because remember it was a 2 VHS because Titanic was talking 4 hours long. So they came down and switched it out and left us down there with their Furbies too. They had Furbies.
There was multiple perverts in this neighborhood. Multiple.
That guy always had a brand new Corvette. Every year he had a brand new Corvette. He would always be like, "You want to go see my Corvette?"
See?
Oh shit!
I am. We're all waiting for the day when it just clicks in your mind. One day you're gonna get
it's gonna happen on this or my Saturday live stream. I'm gonna make some joke, some specific joke that's just gonna trigger it. I'm just gonna go.
No, you're gonna watch that movie, that human trafficking movie that got canceled. You're gonna watch that, and it's all gonna come rushing back to you. Yeah, it happened right now. See, well, if you want to fund Jacob's recovery, WeWantPicks.com. It's only $10 a month, and we will get him the best therapist to dig up what troublesome things happened in his childhood. You're also going to unlock all the tools, the bets, the information, anything you have ever needed to make some money and have some fun watching these fights. Just go to WeWantPicks.com and click Become a Meadow. Oh my God. Member. I said Meadow because I'm reading this about pedo, and then I just did the whole thing. Jacob didn't grow up in Florida.
We're going to get demonetized. And you can't say that word.
It's going to be rough. It is going to be rough. Dr. Y, $1.99 super chat. He said, I made a THC SHOOTER called Pot Shots. I'm not trying to get canceled. Saying words out loud and letting the algorithm hear it. Thank you very much, Dr. Y. And if you are
talking about me being abused in a basement, 2 basements.
Well, that's therapy.
Did you ever see what's the new-ish Ethan Hawke movie where he's like
Predestination? He has sex with himself, has his own kid.
I don't watch.
Did you see that movie?
Movies. No.
He has his own kid. It's a wild movie.
And how'd you stumble upon this?
It was like a big movie, and it's like one of the most talked about movies
recently.
Ever. 5-6 years. You said
well,
that.
I said one of his.
Newish.
No, I said new. I think it was his newest movie.
Black Phone.
Yeah.
I did. That
was pretty wild, man.
I did not see. He's the villain, right?
Wild.
I did not see.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. I'll be honest. It was it was more. I thought it was like an actual kidnap type movie, but it was like more like.
I mean,
weird than that, but it was still good. It was like it got more weird, but even it was like right on the edge of being like, oh, okay. But then it was pretty good.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't watched a movie the last movie I watched was Elemental.
Barbie.
Great. I don't know if I'm gonna let the kids watch that.
But you got to screen it first, right? You got to screen it first.
It's PG-13. That's the only thing that's like, man, like what? Why is it?
The new Call of Duty video game is going to be rated M for mature, so we can't wait for that.
Isn't that all of them?
Not I think the old school ones, but then they started catering more to like Fortnite crowds, so they had to be more like normal about it to capture like the younger audience. But now I think they're just back to like fuck it. Like World at War was the best. Like you could shoot. You watch people's legs get blown off with grenades in World at War. Their arms fucking get blown off and stuff. There's blood everywhere. That's the shit I like. Blood, yeah.
The last Call of Duty I played was was like Modern Warfare 2 maybe, where you can like hide in the bus and stuff. That was fun. I haven't played since. It's been a long time.